We were born before the wind, also younger than the sun. Yeah, the bonnie boat was one as we sail into the mystic.
Welcome to 3, the most innovative metaphysical program ever created. Join Chris, Rainey, and Mona as these amazing intuitives provide you with a three-dimensional divination into your most important questions. Now, from Las Vegas, the entertainment capital of the world, enjoy 3 with our hostess, Mona Van Joseph.
Welcome again to this program of 3 Vegas. I'm here with Chris Gray, our master astrologer, and Rainy Day, our intuitive medium, and I am your intuitive tarot consultant. And the way the program works is that you call in and think of a very specific question. Then you choose one of us to answer the question first, and then you ask your question, and then you choose who answers the question next, and then by default, the third of us, whoever that is. What makes this program so unique is you're going to get a 3-dimensional view. 1 question, 3 readers, 3 answers to your question. It's the only program out there like this, and I'm so grateful for both Chris and Rainey to be here with me to do this for you, because we believe that if you found this program, you found it for a reason. You found it, you're supposed to be here. We can't wait to talk to you. So we're going to be back in just a minute with the fabulous Diedra.
Before we bring you on, how do you pronounce your name?
It's Diedra.
Diedra. Okay, not Deirdre.
I always call her Deirdre. Now okay. I know.
It's okay. It's all right.
Diedra, you got it, baby.
We're all,
okay. Now we're going to come back live with you. So. And we're back with Diedra. She's going to be live on the program here. Hi, Diedra. Nice to have you here.
Hi, Mona. Hi, Rainey. Hi, Chris.
Hello. They remembered our names. There's something there. So the way it's going to work is you're going to think of your specific question, but before you ask the question, you're going to choose one of us to answer the question first. So who would you like to have answer your question first?
Chris.
Okay, perfect. And what is your question?
Okay. Can I just give you just a smidget background real quick?
Oh,
absolutely.
We love history. Yes.
So I'm
for you.
I'm single. I have no responsibilities, no kids, no pets. I retired from the military 12 years ago. I keep busy running errands for myself and for my mom, like once a week for my mom. Whenever I'm returning to my apartment, I dread coming back to the apartment. And sometimes I even drive past my exit because I've been so bored lately. But my question is, for the past 3, 4 years, my motivation is has left me, and I know it's not depression because I know what depression feels like, but this is something different that's been hanging over me and it's gotten stronger and stronger, and I'm trying to understand how do I get my motivation back to even go outside of my apartment to go do anything, to go to the gym, to go to a movie. When it's just me by myself, I've lost that motivation to want to do things. When it's with somebody else, I love to go out with other people or go meet people, but for myself, I feel like there's this, I don't know how to say it, so I feel like there's like a curse on me, I don't think there's anything in my apartment that's doing this, but it's just very, it's frustrating, and I'm curious what it is that's happening with me, what's going on with me that I've lost my motivation to get out on my own and go.
Okay, great. Well, before I answer your question, I want to touch on your chart. Have you had an astrology reading before?
Uh, for my astrology portion, no, actually, I
Okay,
don't
great.
think.
So you are a Sun Sagittarius, and so that's where the sun was at on your birthday. But you're also a Virgo rising. So your rising sign is it resonates more closely to who you are because it's based upon the your birthday, location, and the exact time you were born. And so it not only talks about who you are and who you show to the world, but also it directs your entire chart, like your your horoscope, predictions, certain events. And so I'm saying that because what you're going through, there's definitely some transits that are affecting certain areas of your chart, and I'm going to touch on that. But what I wanted to do is kind of go through your chart a little bit. You have a really interesting chart, specifically with your Virgo and rising. Virgo rising, they're very service oriented. You like to serve people. So it doesn't surprise me that you were in the military. But you have this duty to serve. Also, somewhat of a workaholic. So I'm going to come back to that because I think that's very important to your question. But you have three placements, which it's a stellium. So three or more placements in a certain area of your chart. It amplifies that energy in that area, and it's in your first house of self. So you have a very strong personality. You're able to transform yourself over and over again. You actually have a lot of stamina, the ability to get things done. If you anything you put your mind to, any kind of goals, you're very ambitious and you're able to get things done and have the stamina and the oomph to carry it out. You also have this placement that it and it it kind of manifests in the way where you have an interest. You can change interest or passions or hobbies, even your opinions, very very quickly. And so with this, you not only have these original ideas that come to you, but you're able to, let's say you want to pick up a certain hobby and you learn it and you do it for a little while and then you want to learn something else. So you also have another placement that talks about you actually like freedom. You like freedom to be able to do what you want to do and to learn. And so that kind of goes into maybe little hobbies here, or now you're learning this new passion. So then you have a couple other placements that I want to note because they're very noteworthy here. You have the luckiest aspect in your chart, and it's in its natural ruler, so it amplifies that energy. And what it talks about is being really lucky, excuse me, very lucky when you travel. And there's this thirst for knowledge. So anything foreign countries, foreign cultures, spiritualism, religion, you you have this thirst for knowledge to learn more, but also you're very lucky when you travel, and you're very lucky when you meet people. So probably in the military, I wouldn't be surprised if you met people from all over the world or have some very significant experiences, because this luck that you have as it relates to foreign travel and foreign cultures, it actually helps you transform yourself. It's very pivotal in your personal development. So I want to talk about that. Then you're a natural mediator because you have a couple other placements that really kind of play into that lucky aspect that's talks about being lucky in travel and that thirst for knowledge. You're very philosophical. So you have these placements that talk about you're able to immerse yourself in different cultures and learn them, but also you have this kind of broad kind of view, like almost like a humanitarian type vibe. So as it relates to your question, I really feel that getting a hobby or something that can take up your time and you can focus this energy on, especially if it's connected with anything humanitarian, philosophical, metaphysical, would definitely be a passion for you. So you have this transit right now that it's going through your fifth house of self-expression, originality, passion, where your heart is. And when it touches this particular area of your chart for you, just based upon other aspects that you have, it transforms your passions. So I kind of have a feeling that maybe you are used to kind of going and having freedom and going here and going there and really just kind of open to experiences. And so when this transit happens, it can feel almost limiting, like it's almost limiting kind of your heart, because the fifth house rules the heart. So I'm going to suggest maybe you would be really great if you joined any type of groups or organizations. You would be, especially if it relates to foreign cultures or maybe learning a foreign language, you'd be really great at learning a foreign language. But that's what I'm going to recommend to answer your question is I think finding a hobby or entertaining new hobbies. And it doesn't have to be something that you do long term. It could be something that you maybe do for a few months or 6 months, and then you change it up. You find something else that you want to do that brings interest to you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so who would you like to have answer the question next?
Let's see. Let's go with Mona.
Okay, you got it. All right. It's really interesting because while Chris was talking, I was bombarded by other things to say to you. So I'm going to be curious if they come up in your cards. So I'm clearing the cards for you right now while I do this. And then I'm drawing 5 cards. I use my left hand because it's closest to my heart. So, okay, you have a couple of very, very powerful cards in this spread of cards, and I'm going to get to that in a second. When you focus on one thing at a time, you're absolutely brilliant. That's what this card says here. It's the card called Mind. Now, this card is not very much fun when it's upright, but you have it reversed, which means when you focus on one thing at a time, you're absolutely brilliant. So you're not really a multitasker. It's like a one thing at a time kind of thing. There is a new beginning here, right smack in the middle of your cards crowning you, called the Source. Now, I got to talk to you about being around other people. You're very particular who really does get your private time. So even if there were a whole bunch of people in a room, I would say that 95% of them you wouldn't want to spend time with. So it's kind of interesting. So you're actually really particular. You want to spend time with other people, but you're picky about who you'd actually like to do that with. All right. Then you've got this card called We Are the World. Now, these are all the people out there, not only spiritually on the other side that are here to guide you, but these are all the people around you that actually you would like and you could have a good time with. And they're right there. Now, before I get to the 2 big cards, I want to make a suggestion to you. You actually do your best stuff when there's structure to your day. So if you found a job that was 20 hours a week, and I'm going to suggest a kind of job. Now, you said that you don't have any animals, but do you like animals?
Yes, but I don't know how to answer this one. Yes, but I had a dog, and I gave him away because I felt like I wasn't doing enough with the dog because I was home all the time. I walked him twice
Okay.
a day, but I actually had a job a couple of years ago traveling out, and so I had to keep
Well,
finding
no,
somebody
that,
to watch him. And
okay. I actually think that that was all meant to be. All right.
okay,
I don't think you're supposed to own a pet. All right. I
yeah,
really don't. But
okay,
I think you actually love animals. And so I really, when you said I don't have kids, I don't have animals, I live by myself, I take care of my mom, all of these things, a very, very solitary life. There's a part of you that actually likes the solitary part of your life because then you're not waking up next to someone snoring. I'm just saying. All right. So, but there are two different things I'm going to suggest. Number one, that you get yourself hired at an animal shelter or
mm,
volunteer at an animal shelter for 4 hours, 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. Now, the reason I want you to do that is you're going to meet people that love animals unconditionally, right? And that you're going to be around people that have a much higher spiritual presence because they love animals. That's number one. Number two, get yourself hired during lunchtime. I know this is going to sound bizarre. Get yourself hired at lunchtime at any local gym at the front desk. All right.
mm,
Now, part of your job then is to talk to the people that come in. Now, the people that come in between, say, 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. to a gym are usually a little bit more mature. They might be retired. They might be exactly in the same place you are. But because you use the mantle of your job as a reason to talk to them, now you can find out if they can go with you on Tuesday nights to Cinemark and do the discount movie night. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like you get to know them because of your job, and you find out if you like them because of your job. So, and it doesn't matter if you're only making $15 an hour because it's not about the money. It's
right,
about you having a reason to meet people. So that's my big suggestion there. Now you have two huge cards. You have awareness reversed and you have nothingness upright. Now, people see this card and they go, oh my God, that's a scary card. No, it's a card of huge potential, right? It means that your potential in the next 5 years is so big we can't even capture it in a picture. It's like trying to take a picture of an elephant from an inch away with a Polaroid camera. When you develop the film, you've just basically wasted $1, right? Because you just took a picture of something so big that it can't be captured in the frame. Now, discipline is your absolute best friend, which is why when you were in the military, that was actually a pretty easy job for you because you liked that everybody was following the same rules. You liked it, all right? So it's saying apply that same discipline to meeting people. Now, the awareness card reversed is why I said to you, you might be around a whole bunch of people, but you don't really like a lot of people. So there are people that have different political views than you. There are people that have opinions that are different from you. And all I want you to do is find the people that you resonate with. So it doesn't matter who they are. But I think that the way you end up finding them is by getting yourself a part-time job. And I don't care what it is. It could be the front desk at a hotel. It could be, and that's another nice way to meet people. But I really like either volunteering at an animal association or shelter, or better, if you get hired at a gym during the hours people don't want to work, which is like 10 to 2, or even the crack of dawn, 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. Doesn't matter. Well, you get the membership to the gym for free. So now you walk a couple miles on the treadmill before you go home, right? Well, the cool thing about it is because people know you work there, they're going to be nicer to you because you work there. They feel like they can talk to you because you work there. So that fills up your day and also fills up your social life because you could actually put a little flyer on the front desk that says, Tuesday night is discount movie night at Cinemark. There's a group of us going. Go to this link and get your seat, and we'll see you there. So people show up, and you already know their name. Hey, Mary, how you doing? Hey, Sally, how you doing? Hey, Bart, how you doing? suddenly you become kind of the social coordinator for people. And because you're in control of it, which is the big thing here, you're in control of it. So you're in control of how you behave and respond. And then somebody extra special might step up, whether that's a best girlfriend or somebody that you get closer to romantically. But you're going to have to put yourself into something different to make that happen. So there you go. All right, Rainey, take it away, girl.
Dun, dun, dun. My beautiful soul, to answer your question, you really need purpose. There is no purpose right now. And Mona pointed out to me when Chris was reading your chart that it was 11:11, and she was talking about hobbies. As soon as Mona said that, and I looked over at the clock, it was 11:11, 11 seconds, or whatever they call
Yeah,
it.
well, 11, 11,
seconds,
11.
right?
Yeah.
So that's the
6 in numerology.
It is.
Love.
And love, much love. And we're also in the year of the 8, the infinity. Your soul is calling out for you to have purpose. And your purpose is starting a spiritual center. That's one business. We're going to talk about that in a minute. The next one is spiritual travel, because Chris, you talked about foreign travel. Coordinating, like Mona was saying, coordinating this group, you be the coordinator carrying the flag. Follow me now. We're going to this meditation at this Tibetan whatever.
Going to Stonehenge.
Hell yes. I'll be the first one to book that. But you have 2 beautiful prospects. And again, you need to create lists. So every day get a calendar, because you're a visual person. What is beautiful about you is the Small Business Administration, SBA, has so many free resources for us, especially for you, because you can file as a small disadvantaged women-owned business, which gives you better ways to borrow money. And I don't want you to worry about your finances. I'll do this when I get my finances in order. I say, no. You don't need that. They're going to show you how to set up your LLC. They're going to show you how to create a business plan. They're going to show you how to get a small business loan to start and jumpstart this. You need to bring this dream of yours into fruition. And how you do that is you get a calendar and you make steps every day. You're going to start checking the boxes so that now you are putting your dream and your purpose in action. And what you're doing basically is you're giving the universe a roadmap, because the universe is sitting there going, we don't know what the hell she wants. She doesn't even know what the hell she wants. So they're waiting for you to tell them what the hell you want. When you tell the universe what you want and start feeling how you want to feel, I want you to start drawing out how you want this spiritual place to look like, the decor, cut out pictures of magazines, print out pictures on the internet. I want you to start feeling it, breathing it, living it, bringing this beautiful dream and desire, this purpose into fruition. And that's how you start doing it. And open your heart, and don't be fearful of how other people are going to accept you, or the interactions with other people, because all you have to do is literally wash it away. We were talking to our last caller about spiritual grime. Get into your shower first thing in the morning, plant yourself firmly on the ground, take a colder shower, and feel all that spiritual grime from the day before washing away. I want you to do it first thing in the morning. Set your alarm. You need to start creating a schedule for yourself and stick to it. Don't get discouraged. And every step forward is going to lead you into a more social, attracting like-minded souls. And that's where love can be found. That's where partnerships can be found. And I don't want you to think, oh, I got to get my finances in order. No more putting your own blocks and barriers. Because what I see you doing is I see you in a parking lot constructing all of these speed bumps. I want you to jackhammer the shit out of those, and it's not going to slow you down anymore. No more speed bumps. So live long and prosper. I'm going to leave you with that, my beautiful angel, because you deserve purpose and you deserve to be happy. And we need places like that, and we need a tour guide like that. And tell her to hang around when we finish. That was from our producer.
Yeah. So when when in a little bit when we close the program, then you just stay online, and then we close the program, and then we talk to you afterwards. So you get a little extra special something because John apparently is tapping you on the head here. So
And I want to also, excuse me, ask Chris before I forget. Do you see a timeline for any of this that you can kind of give her timeline?
I can. And I actually wrote that down. That's one thing I wanted to add.
Because I'm psychic. I knew you were going to ask me that.
Okay, so before I do the timeline, I wanted to touch on you saying purpose. She's a Virgo rising. That is all about having purpose.
Oh my
But
goodness.
it's the purpose comes from serving. It's a sense of serving people and being of service and being helpful. And so that is connected to your sense of purpose. But anyways, so I wanted to touch on the timing. In the next 3 to 6 months, you're going to feel great relief. It's going to you're going to feel like this burden has been lifted. So give it, but definitely before the end of the year. You're probably going to start feeling it as of, I'm going to say maybe October-ish, somewhere around there. And then definitely by November, December, you're going to start feeling it's going to peak. You're really going to start feeling that relief. I also wanted to touch on maybe like, is it possible, or would you be interested in doing some type of volunteer recruiting for the military? Is that even something that it just came to me?
You know what it is? Is her talking to high school kids about the benefit of going in the military without her actually being a recruiter for it.
Something like that.
It's like this is a choice for you.
ROTC programs in high schools, going in and being a key speaker.
Right. But the thing is that the benefits of being in the military, if you go in when you're 18, not only do you get, college paid for, and you get
VA benefits, they're great.
Right.
The VA home loans.
Right.
Okay, you need to put the camera on all of us.
Right.
Because Chris is like, do I have more?
Yeah. The other thing too, though, is that one of the things that I love about your energy is that when people meet you, they like you. When you smile, the whole room lights up. When you're engaging with someone and they have your attention, it's like they know it and they feel that your essence is very pure and very spiritually aligned, which is part of the reason you don't waste your energy on people you don't like. So even if you only just, and I keep going back to you work in the front desk at a gym, because then you can do a survey with every single person coming in. Once you get to know them, like, oh, hey, Sally, how you doing? Hey, what else do you do to fill up your day? Right? So you're doing a little survey with what are they doing to stay busy? The funny thing is that you may find that one of the people that come in play freaking Texas Hold'em every afternoon on $40, and they make the $40 last all afternoon. But you might say, hey, can you teach me how to play? So now you're showing up at the 1-2 table and you're playing Texas Hold'em, but now you're collaborating with a bunch of other people. I keep getting that there's some sort of social thing that you end up heading up in some way, and it ends up being super enjoyable for you. It's like you're so welcoming. The energy of you is so warm. It's like we all want to adopt you. I mean, we already get that feeling because there's this real authentic vibration you have.
Oh, yeah. And it could be even hosting an energy healing circle.
Right.
But you have trouble getting out of your mind. It's almost like if you've ever seen that movie Up, everybody's got to have a Doug the dog, butterfly. And even when you put a cone on its head, he's still going to lick his paw. He's still like butterfly. Maybe Chris, can you look at her chart and talk about, is she in her mind and what's going on there with her?
So that's she has this placement in her first house, and that's exactly what it talks about but it also can be changing your opinion about something, or like it's very, I don't want to say it's unpredictable, but you do surprise people a lot. Like it is a very big part of your personality.
I will
and
second
so,
that.
yeah.
All right. Well, so this is the moment that you get to give us a little feedback about your experience here on 3. So, Diedra, tell us what you think.
Wow. You all hit everything right on point there. That's part of why I'm smiling because everything you said was definitely true for me. And I knew that I knew that this would kind of come back around to me needing a purpose. And I tried to stop focusing on that, but I've just been frustrated because there's so many different spiritual experiences I have that I don't understand, or I'm like, okay, does this mean I'm supposed to do something now? And sometimes I just really feel lost with things that happen and my experiences I have. And so I try to just kind of ignore them and go on with life. But
But can I interrupt you real quick? As soon as you're talking, you know, when you take these spiritual classes, for me, and I'm just talking about my experience, you have a lot of people saying you have to do A to B, B to C, C to D, and sometimes that doesn't resonate. I want you to you don't need to take any more classes because you are the teacher now. And you need to make it your own. And I would not waste my mental capacity on something that doesn't resonate. I would take it and create my own because the universe is so full of possibilities and opportunities. Nothing is, from your experience, ladies, expand, nothing is written in stone.
Right.
Well, she also has a lot of Sagittarius placements, which means she likes to do things her own way. She's very original. Okay. And so it not only does she like to do things her own way, but there's also this feeling of she wants to have the freedom to be able to do that. So also as it relates to a job, you got to have that freedom.
Yes.
But any step by step, learn this, do that. No, that's not for her. Like
Right.
she likes to have that freedom.
Right. Well,
so with the classes, there's the one class I go to is the Course in Miracles. So for me, it's me just taking in the information, and I have sat with someone that tried to explain that I needed to do this and needed to do that and this and that, and I realized no, I don't because it didn't resonate.
oh,
with
that's
me.
our girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I enjoy the Course in Miracles because that's my equivalent of like going to a service, a religious service.
Self-care,
Because there's a
church.
lot of information and a lot of energy I feel in that. There's a lot of the information really resonates with me. I really connect with a lot of things. I have a lot of epiphanies and aha moments in there. But I'm just, when it comes to myself and my own little circle, I've been like, feel like a dog chasing its tail. And I got to the point where I'm just like ready to give up my spiritual practice, whatever that is actually supposed to be. But it's been frustration, and I'm trying to be patient with this process because every day is different. And I woke up actually this morning, and the first thought that came to my mind, my intuition, I had a situation. Well, this isn't it, but I had a charm that. So as you see that this charm is on my chain freely. At the end of the night, I went to take it off, and the charm had jumped back to the clasp. It was locked in the clasp. I
Oh,
didn't sit there. No one touched me. I didn't take a nap. But that had been bothering me. I'm like, how in the hell did this charm just jump inside of the clasp? And it took a while to get it out of there because
wow.
there was really no space for both
Okay.
the pain
Shit
and
happens, girlfriend.
Wait, I got to ask a question. Deidre, what is the charm? What does it represent to
charm
you?
was a ladybug. It was a ladybug that I've been wearing for over 20, 30 years. And a month before that happened, the red fell off, which I knew I was shedding off a lot of stuff.
Right.
So this
Yes.
morning, it hit me. My intuition told me, because it came back to me, and I said out loud, anything is possible. And because I kept saying in my mind, I woke up, I said, that was like the most impossible thing that could have happened for that. So if that could happen, then anything is possible. So once I said that out loud, I was like, oh, okay. So everything you
Okay.
all said
Okay.
lets me know anything is possible.
All right, I'm dying to tell you this. All right. So you realize that, and I don't know if you grew up with this thought, but ladybugs are lucky, right? So if a ladybug were to land on your hand or your foot or whatever while you were having a picnic, you were supposed to stay very still until the ladybug flew off. You weren't supposed to try and get it off you. You were supposed to wait till the ladybug kind of touched you with a little blessing and then flew away. All right. Now here's what's interesting is I think that the ladybug getting locked in the actual clasp means that you need to lock in the idea that the people that you touch want to be touched by you.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I need you to lock in that idea, which is why it took you some time to unlock it, because I think Spirit was trying to tell you you're amazing exactly the way you are. The people's lives that you touch are blessed by you touching them. And again, I want you to go back to that idea that I grew up that if a ladybug landed on you, it was like being blessed. It would be like if a butterfly landed on you or a dragonfly landed on you. It's you being blessed. And so, but the ladybug is kind of unique because a lot of people don't remember the idea of the ladybug. So if your group was called the ladybug or ladybugs,
I think it was your grandmother too, trying to get your attention, because there are times you don't feel her around.
Right. Right. Because she's the one that named me Ladybug. So that's what.
Oh,
When it first happened, honestly, I thought my mom had transitioned. I was like, oh God, no. And then my mom texted, so I was good there. She texted like a few minutes later, but my mind was just really going because I didn't know what to think at first with that. So
wow.
I really love your take on it, that anything is possible.
Yes.
And that made me think of the card that came up in your reading, the know nothing.
Oh, the nothing, no, nothingness.
No
It's
thingness.
huge potential.
Like anything's possible.
Right.
So I
Right.
love your take on that too.
Yeah.
Because you had the mind card. I wrote this down because your reading from Mona was so significant. I really feel that Mona gave you a path forward, like we were talking earlier, a blueprint. The mind card, get out of your mind. The source card,
New beginnings.
yes. And you have all of this support on
We
the
are the
other
world.
side, and the we are the world and awareness. You
Right.
now, like Chris says a lot, you now have the awareness. So you
Right.
have to act on that. And the nothingness.
Oh, huge potential. Huge potential. It's like as soon as you put yourself in front of people, not only are they going to gift you back with ideas, you're going to gift them back with your attention. And that's really all it boils down to, is just being in the moment, attentive in the moment. So all right. Now, Diedra, we want you to hang on because we want to talk to you after the program's over. So hang in there. And
Okay.
Chris, please tell us a little something about what's going to happen in the next week, or how people can benefit from having a full chart with you.
Okay, great. Yeah, I would love to. So, what I love so much about astrology is it's a roadmap. It's a set of plans for your highest potential, and it gives insight into things that maybe might be blocking you, or that you can unlock your cosmic potential. So, I would love to do a reading for you.
Wonderful. Rainey, do you have any words for us before we close the program?
I think this energy that we're feeling in this year of 8 is really focusing on our gut and checking in on our gut check. Because how many times have you not followed your gut and said, son of a gun, I knew better? This is your solar plexus. This is your yellow brick road. This is your intuition. And there's never been a better time to start following and listening to your gut, because the world literally is full of possibilities and opportunities. All you have to do is just step away from the fear, because it's not as scary as we think if we
Right.
just act on it. Because what's the worst that can happen? We go back to doing what we've been doing.
Right.
And that's what the universe has been teaching me lately. And I'm going to leave you with that.
Wonderful. Now, if you love programs like this, make sure you go to WWDBTV on YouTube and subscribe to the station. because I want to tell you that John Stiles, who has created and founded WWDB TV, is bringing programming here that's incredibly informative and inspirational. So, please subscribe so that we can continue to bring programs like this to you. And in the meantime, thank you so much for tuning in. And we can't wait to talk with you on 3. Blessings.